Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Eagles, and it comes your way. Next,
it's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this? Who will take home the final Super Bowl of the decade? Super Bowl 63 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Second down and 7. Back to throw. Saunders. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. On second down, Calhoun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line. But I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On first down, Wallace. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Wallace. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there for Philly.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Saunders. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Charles, you had Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Taking it about the 16.
Let's go, boy!
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big
Leverage.
guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Throwing on 1st down. Wallace. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Wallace.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Wallace. Complete. Smith has it. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Saunders. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Saunders. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Fulton powers through. Good footwork at the 30. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, Fulton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. Picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Wallace to the right side and complete to Thomas. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Wallace. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And thanks to a safety and 2 field goals, this is now an 8-0 game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time, now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Saunders. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 all the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And last time they were able to churn some clock, they got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Wallace. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the 2. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Back to throw. Wallace. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Miami.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw. Saunders. And this is intercepted, but they'll...
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands?
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges for the remainder of this ballgame.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Dolphins. That's caught. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
That catch good for only a couple. To throw on second down. Wallace. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Philly. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Back to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright.
Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. A final shot before break. Wallace. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you down. So the halftime show in the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's getting close to that number 300. That's always kind of the benchmark for a great game for a quarterback, isn't it? 300 yards.
Similar to a runner.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wallace.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Wallace. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Fulton. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way up to the 49. It's a big play there for Miami. You need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Saunders. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Saunders. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. On 1st down, Wallace. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wallace. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. On 3rd down, Fulton. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Miami set to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st down, Calhoun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 65 yards. And the Dolphins have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On third down, Wallace. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll come on for his fifth kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On second down now, Calhoun. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Back now here on EA Sports. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on third down. Saunders airing it out, looking for Ridley. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And they'll get them down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wallace. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Fulton shedding through the defense, and he'll get it down here to the 43. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wallace. Over the middle to Smith. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down, Wallace. He gets it to Thomas.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Wallace. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Saunders over the middle and complete to Waddle. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw. Saunders. He sets to fire deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing on first down. Wallace. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First and 10 at the 34-yard line. On first and 10, Wallace. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They'll run on first down. Calhoun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A gain of 3, second down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll keep it on the ground. Calhoun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll keep it on the ground. Calhoun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage in play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will get the lead up to 14.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Wallace. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. On first down, Wallace.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wallace slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy.